Assalamu alaikum and a pleasant morning, girls. Today we are going to see one act play. Here, today we are going to see the drama Lady Macbeth Soliloquy, Act 1, Scene 5 by William Shakespeare. Okay, for you, the full book is not prescribed for you, only the Act 1 and Scene 5. In that, Scene 5 is prescribed for you. Okay, that is only the Lady Macbeth Soliloquy. Okay, what is soliloquy, girls? Soliloquy. Soliloquy is a device in which a character speaks to himself or herself. That is, most of the time we used to do, right? Yes or no? When we are alone, that time we speak to ourselves, right? That is called soliloquy. It is related to thoughts and feelings. In soliloquy, an actor speaks only when alone or when they believe they are alone. Is it clear? That is, when their feeling, their emotions, their thoughts, okay, they speak loudly when they are alone. That is called soliloquy. Okay, monologue. What is monologue? Monologue is a speech presented by a single character, most often to express their mental thoughts aloud, and it is directly addressed to another character or the audience. Here the picture is given, you can understand easily. That is called monologue. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Here I'll share you the difference between soliloquy and monologue. Soliloquy, the character is addressing himself or herself. That is, the character is addressing to herself. Here in the monologue, the character addresses other characters to the other person. Okay. And in soliloquy, no audience is there except the audience sitting in the theatre. That is, in soliloquy, there is no audience. Okay. Only that person itself talking to herself or himself. Okay. Here in the monologue, there can be two types of audience: the real audience or an audience within the play. Is it clear, ma? Okay. In this scene, what are all the things we are going to see? That is, Lady Macbeth's prayer, deprive her of her femininity, thicken her blood, unsex me, take my milk for gall, hide action in a blanket for darkness. Macbeth enters, all hail and all hereafter. Then Lady Macbeth, use of metaphors, face like a book, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent underneath. Lady Macbeth does not hide her feelings. Leave the rest to me, a person of action. These are all things we are going to see in this scene 5. That is Act 1, Scene 5. Is that clear? Okay. This full scene is about that is soliloquy and monologue. Okay. Here, Lady Macbeth monologue part 1. Here, you are Glamis and Coder, and you are going to be king, just like you were promised. After all, fate and witchcraft both seem to want you to be a king. But I worry about whether you have what it takes to seize the crown you are to fill of human kindness to strike aggressively. There is something you want, but you are afraid to do what you need to do to get it. You want it to be done for you. You want to be powerful and you don't lack ambition, but you are not mean enough. Hurry home so I can persuade you and talk you into taking the crown. The things you want to do like a good man. You don't want to cheat. Now, in this thing, we'll see Lady Macbeth is addressing Macbeth that you are a good person and you don't want to cheat, and you heard about the that witches has that is they predicted that you are going to be a king of Scotland. Okay, but here Lady Macbeth is telling that you are a good man and you don't want to cheat, and without cheating you want to be a king. Yes, yesterday we have seen, yes or no, girls? Okay, in this act 1 scene 5 we are going to see that Macbeth and Lady Macbeth comes on stage reading a letter in which her husband tells of his encounter with the three witches. Since he was convinced about the fulfillment of the prophecies of the witches, he writes to her that she may be glad at the rise in position that has been promised to her as the future queen. Lady Macbeth finds the character of her husband to be the only obstacle to her misdeeds. Hence, she murmurs that she knows Macbeth is quite ambitious, but still she is afraid that he is too full of the milk of human kindness to take ambitious steps to make himself king. Now, Macbeth arrives and they both discuss the king's visit when Macbeth tells his wife that the king intends to depart only the next day. Lady Macbeth assures him that Duncan would never see tomorrow. Here, in this scene, okay, the scene starts. Act 1 scene 5, enter Lady Macbeth alone with a letter. Now the Lady Macbeth entering into the room alone with a letter from Macbeth. Lady Macbeth reading the letter. Okay, they met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor, by which title, before these wired sisters salute me. Now, the letter starts like they met me in a day of my success. That is, he is telling after winning victory of the battle, okay, he is coming. That time the three witches appears, the three sisters appears, and they are giving prophecies, predictions. Okay, that is, you are going to be a king. What he is telling is, before he starts asking any question, they vanished. Okay, they disappear. Before these wise sisters salute me and referred me to the coming on time with Hail King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised to thee, lay it to thy heart. And farewell. Glamis thou art and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear by thy nature. It is too full o' the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way thou wouldst be great. Art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou would highly, that would thou holily. What not play false, and yet would wrongly win. Great the which cries, thou thus must do, if thou have it, and that which rather do, refuse do it. Then which should be undone, hide thee hither, that I may pour my spirit in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impairs thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. Now, in this letter, what it contains is Macbeth is telling that after winning the battle, after victory, he has happened to meet the three witches appeared in his way, and they prophesize that the prediction that he will be going to be a king of Scotland, like that he is telling, and he is telling that I want to be a good person, and he is telling the glorious thing. Is it clear? Okay. Here we have seen that Lady Macbeth is reading the letter. Okay, now the servant enters. Okay, what is your tidings? What news do you bring? Now the Lady Macbeth is asking to the servant, what news you have brought now? Okay, now the servant, the king comes here tonight. Lady Macbeth, though mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who would have informed for preparation? Servant, so please you, it is true our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath, and scarcely more than would make up his message. Lady Macbeth, give him tending, he brings great news. Exit servant. Now what happens? The servant enters and gives the news that the king Duncan is arriving there, and she hears the news, and the servant exits. Okay, the raven himself is hoarse, the croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan. Under my battlements come you spread the tent on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no complexions visiting of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my women's breast, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, whenever in your sightless sustenance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Now Macbeth enters. Now in this he's telling that there is again soliloquy, that come the Duncan king and make me crown. Okay, toe top full of direst cruelty. Is it clear? Okay, then now entrance of the Macbeth. Macbeth enters. Okay, great Glamis, worthy Carter, greater than both by the all hailed hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future is in the instant. Macbeth, my dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight. Now the Macbeth enters to the palace, and he is addressing Lady Macbeth that tonight the king Duncan is arriving to our palace. Okay, Lady Macbeth, and when goes hence? Now Lady Macbeth is telling when he is returning to that Scotland. Okay, now Macbeth says tomorrow as he purposes. Maybe tomorrow he is telling. Okay, Lady Macbeth, oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower but be the serpent under the he that coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall be to all our nights and days to come. Give solely sovereign sway and masterdom Macbeth, where we will speak further. Only look up clear. To alter favor, ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me. That is, Macbeth is asking, Lady Macbeth is asking to her husband that when the king is returning. Okay, for that Macbeth is answering maybe tomorrow. So that she is replying, oh, the king Duncan should not see the tomorrow. Okay, and we have to treat him very nicely, like the serpent in the blanket. Okay, like that we have to plan such a way that we have to treat him very nicely, and when the opportunity we will get, we will kill the King Duncan. Is it clear, ma? Have you understood? Have you understood, ma? This much about the soliloquy of Lady Macbeth. Here, Lady Macbeth's one famous quote, that is, "We will surely go to the hell for this." Lady Macbeth says, "And when do we will rule that too?" That is, when Lady Macbeth convinces Macbeth to kill King Duncan, that time Macbeth is telling, for this sin, for this crime, surely we will go to the hell. At that time Lady Macbeth is replying, yes, of course we will go to the hell, there also we will rule. Like that, in that attitude she is replying. Is that clear? Okay. Then the analysis of Act 1 Scene 5. The letter, read alone on stage by Lady Macbeth, reiterates the witch's prophecy of Act 1. Significantly, in his letter, Macbeth says nothing of their prophecy to Banquo. Perhaps he is already afraid of its implications. Equally significantly, he sets up Lady Macbeth as his dearest partner of greatness. She will indeed become his partner in crime. But much more than that, apart from the fatal blow itself, she will be responsible for controlling Macbeth's passion and, to an extent, his actions. Sorry, girls. That is, here in this itself we will come to know the full scene. That's scene 5. In this scene, the scene starts from the letter reading. Okay, Lady Macbeth is reading a letter, and in that Macbeth has written about the victory and about the witch's prophecy. That is the 3 prophecies, predictions, what will happen in the future. Okay, and he says about Banquo, his loyal friend. Okay, is it clear, ma? Then, after reading the letter, Lady Macbeth soliloquies. That is, she is talking to herself. Okay, she is thinking that she will be crowned. She will become a queen. Okay, if Macbeth becomes Scotland king. Is it clear? Okay. That is the imagery used within Macbeth. What does imagery means? Images. If I have yesterday also I have shown many pictures in Macbeth, right? Okay, these are the things are imageries, images. Okay, the witches, descriptive words to form images. Instead of words, by seeing images itself, you will come to know, you will understand by seeing the image. Is it clear? Then we'll have, that is Lady Macbeth's monologue. I told you before itself what is monologue, what is meant by monologue. Monologue is a speech presented by a single character, most often to express their mental thoughts aloud, and it is directly addressed to another character or the audience. Is that clear? Okay. You have understood what is monologue, right? Okay. Here, Lady Macbeth's monologue. The raven, one type of crow. It is also a supernatural. Okay, fatal entrance, just foreshadowing. Then compunctious, no good forces stop me. Then muttering, come thick night, that is calling for evil spirit. Is that clear? These are all the things. Monologues. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Here we have seen the full thing. This only is prescribed for you girls. Okay. Once again we will recall everything. That is, in Act 1 Scene 5 of Macbeth, you have Lady Macbeth soliloquy. Okay. Lady Macbeth comes on stage reading a letter, in which, that is, she is reading a letter. She is reading a letter in which her husband tells of his encounter with the 3 witches. Okay, since he was convinced about the fulfillment of the prophecies, the predictions, okay, the future of the witches, he writes to her that she may be glad at the rise in position that has been promised to her as the future queen. Okay, because in that prophecy, in that prediction, one thing is they told that that is Macbeth will become a king of Scotland. So here in this letter he is mentioning as you will be the future queen. Is it clear? Okay. Then Lady Macbeth finds the character of her husband to be the only obstacle to her misdeeds. That is, her husband is very generous and very loyal at that time when he was a military general. But after Lady Macbeth convinced him that if we kill Duncan, we will become a king and queen and will rule the country, etc. Everything she is telling. Okay. Hence, she murmurs that she knows Macbeth is quite ambitious, but still she is afraid that he is too full of the milk of human kindness to take the ambitious steps to make himself king. Now, many more things she is telling to Macbeth and convincing him to attempt the crime, to murder the King Duncan. Is it clear? Okay. Now, Macbeth arrives and they both discuss the king's visit. Is it clear? When Macbeth tells his wife that the king intends to depart only the next day, Lady Macbeth assures him that Duncan would never see tomorrow. Yes, at last, she hears the news that King Duncan is arriving in Macbeth's place. Then, at last, what she is here receiving a news that King Duncan is arriving there, and the king is going to stay there itself for tonight. That time, Lady Macbeth assures Macbeth that the King Duncan will not see tomorrow because they are going to kill King Duncan. Is that clear, ma? Okay. By this, your drama is finished. That is, Act 1, Scene 5 is finished. Okay. Have you understood, girls? If you have any doubts, please do ask, girls. Then only I will come to know what are all the doubts you are having. Okay. Please do watch the videos, girls. Then only you will understand clearly. Okay. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Surely I will clarify your doubts. Okay. Thank you for your attention, girls. Thank you so much. Thanks for your patience listening. Okay, girls, take care. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.